How you doing, folks? Where do we begin? Where do we begin? My Lord. I don't. I've got a bunch of stories loaded up, and we're going to talk about them all. So, all I can say is this: is that there's a lot of crazy crap going on out there right now. Hopefully, you caught the crisis report. We laid it down for the ground invasion that's going on right now. All the other channels are probably have like a live stream up of someone that's sitting there watching, dead air. Bush. Go to the crisis report if you want to know what the lead up was and how everything went down. But, I mean, you want to talk about a day where some crazy things happen. I can't think of another day like September 30th, 2024, where all the stuff happened. So we're going to start with this hurricane. It's absolutely devastating. A lot of the places I have been to, I've been to Chimney Rock. That's been completely washed out. Place we stayed 2 years ago is no longer there. Other things going on today, of course, there's a ground invasion that is happening in Israel as we speak. I cover that over on the crisis report. Major chemical explosion where 100,000 people have had to leave in Conyers, Georgia. You've got the devastation of this hurricane going on. You've got the Verizon thing, the phones, they're stuck in SOS mode all day today. And then you've got the port strike that is coming, which is going to leave most of us with rotting fruit and a whole bunch of other issues that we don't need right now. I would love to see where the polls are. I mean, how can they freaking lib-splain all this stuff after today? I mean, seriously. Because the polls will come out in a few days and they'll be like, Kamala Harris is up. Horse shit. Nobody wants her to be the president because she's doing a crappy job. And if you do, you're an idiot. Now, I'm not saying that Trump is going to save the world by any stretch of the imagination, but my God, at least I know what the heck I'm getting with him. This is just nuts. I think let's just call September 30th, 2024 for SHTF Day. I've never seen anything like this. So let's start with this hurricane. Because on its own, it is absolutely freaking nuts. Thank you very much, Film Zealot. So, as you can see, and if you've been out there and you've been watching the devastation, my wife literally watched it all day long yesterday. It is absolutely crazy. The rivers that have torn through, the dam at Lake Lure right there by Chimney Rock. Chimney Rock was a beautiful place. It's all like local businesses. There's nothing corporate. Beautiful little down, little like area right off this like washway river thing, which obviously crushed a lot of people's businesses, and little mini golf and hotels and campsites, and you can go hiking, and Chimney Rock is beautiful overlooking all of this. I mean, it was a wonderful little vacation. It's cheap, all the things you could hope for. And they're gone. It's literally gone. So this is an interesting one. Salt water is making electric cars blow up. So because you've got Roddy Hood, thanks for being a member. Because you've got all of these electric vehicles, when they mix with salt water from, say, I don't know, a friggin' hurricane, they can explode and start fires. And all of these fires are now starting to happen because They're trying to make vehicles electric. Now, I was explaining to my wife, have you ever seen what a lithium mine looks like? You want to talk about not environmental. I mean, it creates absolutely nasty, toxic water that will take decades to dissipate. But I digress. EV drivers warn of potential fire hazards because of blowing up due to Hurricane Helene. So, vehicles get stuck, they've got the lithium ion battery, salt water mixes with it, and it explodes. And of course, there's been a lot of rain. So if you drive a Tesla, do not do this. Please. If you value your life, right? So here's some of the pictures right here of the devastation. I mean, it's awful. These poor people. So it made landfall southeastern U.S. Carolinas took the brunt. It's quite interesting because he thought Florida would do it, but rolled through Florida and went up in the Carolinas, and the water was just biblical. 95 confirmed to have died, but they're going to say it's going to probably go up to about 600, maybe even more. So Pinball, of course, is doing a fundraising campaign. I trust Pinball. He's done them before, so you can give to him. Other people have been calling a lot of these little sites and, finding these campgrounds that have been washed out and giving money to them. There was a lady last night on the stream named Lynn, and she was scared, like many people are right now. And so I put a community post, but I just want to talk about some basics. I started as a hurricane prepper, okay? I grew up in the Southeast. I lived in North Carolina, I've lived in South Carolina, and I've lived in Georgia. And I've been through multiple hurricanes. And the reason why I became a prepper was because of hurricanes. They won't, it's not a nuclear war or something, but they can do a lot of damage. Sandy was really terrible. I went through that, but because I was a prepper, it wasn't that bad. First things first, when it comes to hurricanes, if they tell you to get out, okay? Really. And go take a vacation. I don't know where you go, but just don't stay. Don't try to be a hard ass and think that you're going to be, out tough the storm. But if you do stay and you think you can, I would say number one focus is water. Clean water in a hurricane is absolutely key, okay? Because it is water, and the water poisons other water. And if you're drinking water that you don't know where it's from or how it is, it's gonna be very bad and deadly to you, possibly. Second thing is, of course, is have food. Third thing is have like protection in a place where you can be that is higher ground that you can barricade in. There's a story in Tennessee right now of 7 guys that were entering into people's homes, and of course they're new neighbors. It's not like they were people that were here. These are not Americans. Well, I guess it depends on what kind of an American you are, of course, but they were looting people's homes, so you need to be careful with that. From there, you need to have something to protect yourself. Looting is real. Preferably something that can discard things at feet per second. You know what I mean? But anything can work. If it's pepper spray, a knife, whatever, you should have it on you. And try to Roaming Prepper said this, and I agree with him. Network. Have people around you. Know your people. Know the people around your area. We know our neighbors. There was an incident about 2 months ago where one of the other neighbors was not doing anything terrible. They're just doing some butthead stuff, and it was involving our property. And the guy went over, and he literally fixed the situation. I didn't have to go yell at him. He went over and said, look, you're over at their property right now. And I know you don't know this, but this is theirs. And what you're doing is, stop. So sure enough, something comes over. They come over and say, hey, we saw a coyote on our trail cam, that kind of stuff. We talk. We have a network. Something goes on. We're over across the street talking to all of our neighbors saying, hey, what's going on? What do you think? What's going on with this or that? Okay? So some random dude, thanks for being a member. So those are the key things I'd say for hurricane prepping. But this should be the end-all, be-all story today, but it's not. It's just one of many. Let's move on. Stuck in SOS mode. Okay, this is what the phones were doing today. There's your down detector right there. They're complaining their smartphones weren't using. Now, I personally believe, this is my conspiracy theory. This is at 11:15 a.m. This is Eastern Time. 100,000 reports of outages across various large metro areas in the U.S. I wonder if this is tied in to the invasion, and that there's so many people here that have ties to organizations that we might not agree with over in the Middle East, that to kind of hinder them, this stuck in SOS mode kind of thing was happening so they could have a little of OPSEC, if you will. That's my theory, and I'm totally able to be wrong. I'm not right all the time. But Verizon had problems today. Let me tell you something in a war situation. Let's say you're over in a foreign country, whatever, and there's potential, or if here, anytime all the communications go out, that's the first thing that happens. That's literally job number one. You take out the communications and then you move. What did Israel do to Hezbollah? What did they do? They went in and they took out their command and control structure. These are the people that communicate all of the ideas to all the other people. They went in and bunker busted them up to smithereens so they couldn't, distribute what they wanted to do. And it was an effective move. It was a very effective move. And now they're doing a ground invasion. But we'll get there. So mobile phone carriers, AT&T, T-Mobile, U.S. Cellular, they had a surge in users, and Down Detector reported network problems. So, there it is right there. This SOS thing is what was going on. You've all seen it. If you are out in the hinterlands and you have no signal, but you need to do something of an important emergency-based type situation, you can go into SOS mode. So this was a, big problem for a lot of people. Again, this would have been like the major story of today, but it's absolutely, it's just one of like five, literally. My father, that's why this is entitled Fustercluck. That's what my father called it. This is a Fustercluck. Use your imagination and what the word really means. It is a cluster of F's. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you see that kind of chemical cloud plume anywhere near you? You GTFO. 100,000 Georgia residents evacuated after giant chemical fire. The orange stuff, especially down in that area, you breathe that, you're going to have cancer. This is from a thing that made pool chemicals. And somehow it went up. They did an explanation, whatever. I don't officialdom has their explanation. You believe it if you want. I don't know what happened. But this was the chemical fire right there. So the reason why you have a bug out bag is if, and we have them in our cars, both of them, something goes on and you need to leave, you roll into your car and you get out. If they tell you to shelter in place because of a bio lab chemical fire right down the street Get the funk, F-U-N-K, out. Get out of there. Bug out. Do not stay. Ask the people from East Palestine, Ohio. You mark my words, those poor people are going to be having medical problems in the not too distant future. So again, this is another one. This would have taken all of the headlines. Oh no. No. We're just getting started, folks. We're just getting started. Brown bananas. Crowded ports. Empty shelves. Major port strike is going to start to happen basically tomorrow. So whether you're buying a can of sardines, screwdriver, getting products, consumers require the supply chains to function, and the supply chain is about to shut the F down. 90% of all internationally traded products are carried by, you guessed it, ships. Last time we had one of these was in 1977. This is a problem. So the good news is you're a prepper and you understand this crap and you see it on the horizon. The bad news is that the bonehead down the street, you know, the idiot that drives too quick on your street or whatever it is, he doesn't see this coming. So if anything major happens and he's got to go get it, he's going to go out there and be one of the idiots using up the resources because he didn't know what the heck he's doing. I love how they try to blame preppers for, we're the ones taking up all the resources. Actually, no, we're not. We're the ones that thought ahead and had this. I mean, I got stuff in my shed from 4 years ago I'm cooking with. Made it yesterday. Nothing wrong with it. We're not the people using the stuff because we bought when times were aplenty. Dumbo down the street, he's the one that's going to be sitting there buying up everything in a freakish kind of way because he was too stupid to prep and think about this stuff ahead. So supply chain disruptions are coming. These are all of the ports. Now, I'm going to be most affected by the Baltimore port being in the that area of the world. We're about 100 miles west, whatever the heck it is, 80 miles. New York, New Jersey, they're going to be hit. Philadelphia's port, it's going to be hit. Port of Wilmington, Port of Virginia, Charleston, Savannah, Palm Beach, Everglades, Miami, Jacksonville, Mobile, New Orleans, and Houston. Now, I don't know about you, but that's about 2/3 of the country right there affected. 2/3. Now, you remember the great toilet paper fight of 2020, right? You remember all the other fights of 2021 that were going on? I don't know where this goes, but I'll tell you what, right now, the guy that's running the ILA, the International Longshoremen's Association, the union, he knows that they've got this administration by the short curlies. It's election season, folks. And I don't know about you, but if things go a certain way, there's going to be a second term for Donald Trump, just by today alone. Judging by their response to the hurricane, judging by their response to the port system, judging by their response to the war that I'm about to cover here in a moment with Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah. So they want to do a big increase, all right? 45,000 port workers. They move everything, literally. Before it gets to you and on that truck and the truckers, and God bless them, it comes to the ports. So they're worried about automation. They want a 77% increase in pay over the next 6 years. Concerned that jobs may be lost. And don't forget, we now have a bunch of new neighbors in. Yeah, Go ask Springfield, Ohio, how they're doing with their factory jobs. I can assure you, they can take Pepito and take him down there to La Mer and get him trabajandoing. So dock workers on the West Coast are not on strike, paid much higher regular wages than the East Coast and Gulf Coast counterparts. So they said, screw that, we need to be fairly paid. They earn $116,000 per year for a 40-hour week, make $81,000 on the East Coast and Gulfport. So, management is represented by the talks of the U.S. Maritime Association, which includes the major shippers, terminal operators, and port authorities. So, all of this stuff is going to it's going to affect. They're talking about how to store bananas. I was looking up, I like bananas. I'm trying to think of the stuff. You don't get bananas from Texas, folks. You don't get your grapes from around here. They're coming from Chile, okay? Other places like that. These are the kind of things that are going to be getting disgusting, and, it's going to cause a real problem. It's going to cost the U.S. economy $5 billion a day. 36 ports. Bananas, cherries, chocolate, meat, fish, cheese. You best go stock up, folks. So, unsure if it includes the Great Lakes ports. It's a very good question. I don't think it does. I think it's all down the coast from basically Boston down. I've seen a better graphic than this one. So, that's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't think it is, but I'm not sure. That's actually an excellent question. So, let's go on over here. Here's a better one. Yeah, Boston, Delaware, New York, New Jersey, Baltimore, Hampton Roads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it does include them. So, 36 ports. That's a lot. 36 days before the election. Biggest wild card in the presidential election. And by the way, she is not doing as well as they want you to think. Internal polling is not good. She's supposedly losing, not by much, but she's supposedly losing in Michigan. They don't want you to know that. And the mainstream media is going to come out and they're going to oversample the crap out of Democrats. They're going to do, registered voters instead of likely voters. There's all kinds of stuff they can do to make a poll go the way they want it. But I can assure you, there are I don't know what's going to happen if she wins on election day. I'm just going to put it that way. I don't know what's going to happen because I don't know that many people. It is overwhelmingly Trump, and by people I wouldn't even expect too. Anyway, International Longshoremen Association, U.S. Maritime Alliance contract is set to expire September 30th. So, potential ramifications, ports shut down, potential disruption to U.S. retail, congestion, critical shipping period for the U.S. This is right before Christmas, right before all the holidays, right before an election. This is literally, you want to talk about being in a position of power. The ILA is in a position of power. So, I don't know. We shop early for all of our kids with the Christmas stuff, so we're already kind of getting it now because we don't buy it a month before because that's when they jack all the prices up. You do it in September. So, yeah, what Scrappy said, buy your Christmas gifts now. Absolutely smart. So here's their view on the potential impact, okay? And this is financial group. Surveyed our hardline, soft lines, coverage, universe, exposure, blah, 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 pointed at one, higher rate of reliance on West Coast ports for their Asia source product, proactive rerouting and other plans ahead of potential disruption to ensure critical product arrivals on time for holiday. They had already cleared out a lot of the stuff that was in these ports, knowing that this was coming. And if they had a bunch of stuff sitting there on the containers on October 2nd, it was going to be a major issue, and you'd be losing a lot of products. So they cleared everything out. So we're probably good for a little while, but not much, especially with things like fruits and veggies. By the way, go frequent your local fruits and veggie people. Go hit the locals. It's actually better. My wife and I have been doing that lately. You know, we're trying to do organic and all that kind of stuff, but go hit your local people. So yeah, longer period of congestion for retailers. So yeah, going to farmers markets might be smart to kind of counteract this, but also because our food is poison. Yeah, I found this one. 11 ingredients in McDonald's French fries in the United States when there are 3 in the UK. Why is that? Because they put a bunch of crap in it. Skittles in the US have titanium dioxide. It's been banned in Europe, causes DNA damage. Gatorade. They use red 40, caramel color. Germany, they don't. Carrot and sweet potatoes to color their Gatorades. So, no wonder Americans are so much fatter and sicker. Absolutely correct. So, this is a thing. But, I mean, just look at the... that's just the tip of the iceberg, too, folks. There's a reason. There's a reason why cancers are exploding. There's a reason why diabetes and other, maladies that we didn't used to have many years and decades ago are exploding. So, I mean, we're all about it in this family. You can ask my wife. She is all about it now. Everything we get, we try to make it as unprocessed as possible. I'm at the point now where instead of buying like lunch and deli meats, I'm going out and just getting like chicken and baking it off and using that for my sandwiches. And trying to get organic, whatever the heck we can. But she actually read, back to the whole longshoreman thing, she read that the best thing for you is local farmers markets, even if it's not organic. Because the reason why is because they don't travel as long, and because they don't travel as long, they don't lose the nutrients. So when you're eating local, when you're eating your local food, or say the big beautiful tomatoes I was sucking down tonight on my salad, a salmon salad, I grew those. Grow your own food. Try it. So yeah, this thing is coming. So the White House is trying to call the dock workers and port operators to settle their differences. They can try to make them go back to work. I don't think it's going to work. So here are all the ports right there. Take a long look. It's going to be bad. And also think about it. What just happened? How is Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 10, 11, 12 of them, like a third of them right there. They're already shut down. And who knows what they look like? They just suffered through a major, major, major hurricane. Who knows what they're going to look like? But don't worry. Here's the Trump card. Israel has invaded Lebanon. Yeah. Wonderful. Just in time, folks. Oh, yes. Just in time. Yep. Tanks on the borders, everything. About 11 a.m., I put it out there to my channel members like Devil Dog Prepper. I said, hey, folks, word on the street is there's going to be an imminent invasion in the next few hours. That's the kind of stuff you get when you're a member here. $2 a month, less than a gas station coffee. 8 quarters for 30 days of me giving you some info that might help you. So, it's going to get worse. I apologized on the crisis report. I thought that Iran was going to slither away. I thought Israel was quite satisfied with the operations it had done to basically decapitate Hezbollah, and I thought we might actually be getting some kind of peace. I thought we might be trending towards everybody laying down their guns. The Al-Houthi guy, he was saying we need to look for peace. But Israel has said, you know what, we're not done here. We're going to basically reshape the Middle East. And they went in, and now they are full on into Lebanon in an incursion. Now, of course, they're saying it's air quotes limited. But who knows what that looks like. So there you have it right there. They have basically churned up Dahia, this suburb in Beirut. They're also attacking... there's battles going on in Baghdad. There's battles. There's airstrikes in Damascus. It's a regional thing now. It's regional. That's where we're at. So as I'm parsing through all this, can you tell me another day? Can you tell me another day that you can remember where all of this stuff has gone on? Seriously. Chemical explosion in Georgia. One of the largest, most devastating hurricanes in the last 96 hours rolling up the gut of the southeast. Major cell phone problem happening to one of our largest carriers. Port Authority, Longshoreman Union shutdown, basically starting now. And then for the cherry on top, Israel has decided to go into Lebanon and do a ground invasion, which could possibly become a regional war. Nobody knows how anybody's going to react. They don't know how Iran's going to react. They don't know how Egypt's going to react. They don't know how Turkey's going to react. So if you think things are out of control price-wise right now, my Lord, if ever there was the case to be a prepper, if ever there was the case to have your ish together, if ever there was a case to have a bag in your car with basic materials to get you through 72 hours, if you have to sit on the side of the road or say, heaven forbid, run away from a chemical explosion, where'd it go? There it is, right there. You don't want to be breathing that orange stuff down there, folks. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you're not a prepper by now, after September 30th, 2024, you're rolling the dice. Good luck. Good luck. Man, I thank God every day. I something put a fire under my backside many moons ago, many years ago, and said, become a prepper. Gas, check. Food, check. Water, check. Weapons, check. Everything, check. Network, check. Multiple places to go, check. Chemical suits, check. You name it. Now, a lot of people are not doing so hot financially. And it's easy for all of us preppers to sit over here and, oh, look how awesome I am. Ooh. And people are sitting there going, I'm just getting started. Like that lovely lady last night, Lynn, who's sitting there scared. Please help people in the comments. Give good ideas. You guys are smarter than me. You really are. There's so many other preppers out there that are I think I do a pretty darn good job. Don't get me wrong. But there are some top tier folks out there that have every contingency covered. I've spent the last month upgrading our chickens. We've doubled our flock. We have 3 houses now. Everything is on lock and good. Porker now, my pig, he's doing fantastic. He's the size of a Volkswagen. Garden is dirty, needs to be cleaned up and ready, winterized for the winter, but we're growing food. Gas, got it saved up, and I got PRI if I need to use it long term, and a lot of these things have been tested. Generators, 3 of them, check. If you're just getting started, folks, just do a little bit at a time. Do the best you can. Start with water. Just start there. Get a filter system. Get a Berkey. Oh, that's too expensive. Okay, get a Sawyer. Get one of those. Make it so you can clean water. I can't even do that. Okay, well, go watch videos on YouTube. Go for those guys that can purify water into something from like brackish, nasty brown crap by just taking sand and charcoal and grass and filtering the crap out of it with a 2-liter for a half hour and make it so, it becomes something that you could filter in through a Berkey and take out all the nastiness. You probably still want to boil it, but still. Learn skills online if you can't pay for stuff. But, I mean, we got it. Folks, I mean, look at today. Look at today. If this doesn't make you a prepper, I don't know what will. Really don't. I mean, this is just, all of us have the potential for a house to look like that. All of us. Last week, everything was just great. Oh, my God. Kamala was going to win the world. The heavens were opening up. Orange Man Bad's going to go away. The angels were singing on high. Communism. Communism. Here we are, week later. And it's literally HE double hockey sticks on Earth for many people right now. So I'm going to cut it off. I know we got some awesome people going on. I know Angry's about to go on. I know Magic's about to go on. And I want you to go visit those people and talk to the people in the chat. And don't be a butthead. And be good. And ask questions. If you are new to prepping, go learn some stuff. If you don't know what to do, if you just go ask questions. You're anonymous. Nobody cares. There's more nice people than there are not nice. You'll get your butthead. You don't know what you're talking about. Whatever. Most people be like, well, you know what I would do? I would do this. If you should go and get a Sawyer Mini and blah, blah, blah. Or, I think that this would be a great way to learn canning, All kinds of skills you can learn. You got to spend money. Okay? Go become a prepper. Be a prepper. Encourage other people to get into preparedness. Because of September 30th, 2024, El Dia de Fustercluck is not the warning that wakes people up. I don't know what it is. So, all right, folks. God bless. Please hit the links in the description. Please join me here if you are not a member. Consider that. Also, check out the links in the description and just become a part of the community, whether it's my channel or someone else's. A lot of great people here that are just trying to help, For every butthead, there's 100 people that are not, that are trying to do good things and be good, moral, Christian folks, usually. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you so much. I feel better. Go on over to Angry. Go on over to Magic. Do them both. Put on split screen and follow both and listen to both. One in one ear, one in the other. And become a prepper. I'm a prepper. He's a prepper. She's a prepper. You're a prepper. Wouldn't you like to be a prepper too? God bless y'all.